Good morning. If you caught last Sunday's video, it's fair to say that things could be going better.
Unfortunately, they took it another direction and have filed a lawsuit against us.
But I've got a silver lining for you, and it's in the form of this workshop. So I just popped over to grab the tools and the supplies that we need for today, and having everything so clean and organized in here, it just makes such a difference. And not only that, look at the view of the container home from here through the glass. It's just so beautiful. So that's what I'm going to choose today because I know it's going to be awful. So finding the positives where you can, may as well roll with that. If you're new here, it has been a pretty wild couple of years building this off-grid homestead. Like, look at this place. We've got solar, we've got evacuated tubes, a shipping container home, we've got a workshop. There is a lot going on here, and there have been highs and lows throughout this project. There's just no way around it, but we're gonna try and pick up the pieces of the disaster that this company left us and do what we can. So it's all we can really do, right? Last night it poured rain, so we're starting the morning off with a pool that finally has water in it. I know what you're probably thinking, well, couldn't we just wait a little bit and let it drain? We probably could, but we want to get started on this as soon as possible, so we're going to start pumping this water out and get going.
Ready to go, are we?
I think so.
Strolling down an uphill battle, wait for it. King in the dream again.
I feel like it's stuck in the air.
Just not enough to draw that water up to 4 feet. Well, if we had the other end, we could hook it onto the pump, fill it full of water.
Start it.
It might start it.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
There, everything's pumping out. Like, you can see the water line.
Oh yeah.
Feel bad, all the little water bugs are gonna lose their home.
Sit here and watch the water, man.
Better than watching the paint dry.
Kind of the same thing.
I'm gonna start taking off.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna put all the screws and stuff in this bag for now.
So I'd say that's gonna peel off pretty easy.
Yeah? You think so? But look, they don't even have the rubber gaskets on all of these. One has a rubber gasket, one doesn't.
Yeah, but that ain't even stuck. Huh.
Wow, and they have glue on it, look. There is glue on the wall. We just got one piece of the liner off, and exactly what we've said all along, the liner is not holding water and is leaking through. That's because these seams here weren't done proper, so all of that, like look at that, just sitting there, like so.
And this hasn't even been underwater. This is just passive water from the rain. You can see where the water line was that has accumulated throughout the summer. This is just from rainfall. Like, imagine how much would be under there if we had it filled.
Yeah, this is all water here.
Hi, squirrel!
Hi, squirrel. Coming to help with the pool?
That is all mold. Pink mold.
So I'm gonna be honest, we really were not expecting as much mold as there is, not just black mold, but pink mold. It's just not worth the risk, so we're gonna
It's
have
just
some gear on and
also such a piss off and like alarming because we've never filled this pool. This is just water that has collected over the rain and then, you know, dried up, but that much has gotten underneath the liner. So imagine how bad this would have been for our pool and our water chemistry if we had, you know, filled it and had all this mold circulating through. Because clearly, like, if water can get in, water can get out.
yeah,
So, masking up.
putting on gloves too.
It's like we're going to surgery.
Yeah, there's lots of water under this.
Really?
But if that was glued down,
There would
there'd
be
no
no,
space for water.
exactly. The problem is though, is all those seams, they're not sealed. Like there's holes in the seams. That's what we were trying to tell them. Like water gets in there, and because the liner's not attached, it goes down there and has nowhere to go.
Yeah. Like it's wet everywhere. Not just in spots, like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not how it's supposed to be.
Well, according to the mold, clearly not.
Yeah, I don't think pools are supposed to mold.
It's raining, putting out my fire, all staying. Look outside again, with only one footstep after.
It's a hard time doing it without this. Be a lot of buckets. We're getting there.
Yeah, you're down to the last inch.
I can go get the flamingo from the pond. Grab some Bud Light for you.
There's an idea.
I don't think we're gonna get it all out because wherever it's leaking to under the liner, it's obviously leaking back over top.
Yeah, like it keeps just coming back.
Like, that's water.
It's like you're on a waterbed.
Yeah.
So what now?
I want to rip it up and see how much water's underneath. There's even a fucking drain hole in here and there's this much water.
That's sketchy. Like that was not there before.
I don't think so. It's probably because they knew there was water coming in. Wow. Done. It seems way deeper now without a liner.
That there's just the contact cement.
Yeah.
That glue.
Like it's all disintegrated and like ruined already.
It's not made for that rubber.
No. That's for sure.
Traded all my rainy days for a little summer. I fly so high right now that I might not come back down.
Hey guys, how you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, amazing. So what can I do for you today?
So we've got the building phoned, and we just kind of wanted to go over the equipment and location because we'll start drilling through the floor, pulling the pipes up, just knowing what we need for pipes.
Okay, well, let's go have a look at the pool room and see what you guys got going on.
There's 5 lines coming from the basin.
Yep.
So do you want all 5 brought in at one place? Because some would be jets, some would be...
I would like to have one for the tub, the bottom of the tub, which is a suction line, and the skimmer line right here somewhere.
Okay.
Where's your circulation pump going to be for your glycol system?
We could put that in here too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put a strip of masking tape around the floor and mark every stud on it. Just leave it there.
That's perfect.
Oh yeah, that'd be easy.
That works quite well. Yeah.
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 2 good ideas today, Dumpy. This is a big day.
I'm gonna get started today.
Yeah. Getting a gold sticker on the chart.
Yeah.
This mega binder that Todd put together, genius. He printed every manual, every part number, from the T-fittings to the pressure valves and all the things we have no idea what they do, into this basically encyclopedia. So anything that we need to know is right here. It made mapping out the mechanical so much easier. Although, right now, they are laser leveling the pool. Scott is worried that it is sinking on one side. We noticed it earlier that all of the water was pooling along this one ledge. I can kind of see it right now. It does look like it's sloped, but we're gonna figure out what's going on here and yeah, see how that affects everything else.
Once people sit in there, that water overflows into here. How are we getting it back into there without like a we're talking an extra pump, an extra filter, like it's getting into a lot of money. Then something that can pull the excess water from this and move it back to the hot tub for this displacement. Like it also seems like more things to break, more things to maintain, more electric that we're using. Like I think we have to accept what we have.
Up to about an inch and let that be a waterfall coming into here.
Almost like a spillover. You could increase the pressure to these jets here,
Right.
which will raise the water up and then give you your spillover.
Yeah.
Which will look like almost
It
like a
just
vanishing
look
edge.
nice, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
that's why we keep them around. So I think we have a pretty solid plan for the inside of the pool because, surprise, surprise, we found yet another issue with how it was done. So, oh my God, this is too cute. We got Charlie and Squirrel on the soft blankie, hey, and Eddie and Dad.
He's my emotional support golden retriever. I need it. Oh my God.
Yeah, so
You just can't make this up.
you can't. I was just about to explain. So basically what happened is last year when the company was doing the groundwork, they ended up doing it not to spec of engineering. Luckily we caught that. So it was the wrong size rock and there was geotextile fabric missing, which is the stuff that stops the rock from mixing.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
It's not our job to like double check that things are done to engineered spec.
Exactly. It's not our job to be double checking everyone's work, but apparently it is. So anyway, we had them come back and fix it, but now we're worried that they did it a little bit too quick because the pool has sat for a year with no water in it. So if there was water, obviously that would have been extra weight, but it's now 1.5 inches out of level on one side of the pool. You might be like, well, that's only 1.5 inches. It's water. What's it matter? Well, it's a big deal because it changes the way the water flows through the pool. So it won't skim the same. The jets are going to be moving water differently. The overfall from the hot tub into the pool won't work. It's just, yeah. I don't know.
It literally changes like everything about how it works. Like I don't want to be like sad depresso doom and gloom. I know like some people watch this for like escapism, but I don't even know what to say right now. Like I'm actually like in disbelief.
Yeah, well, you better believe it, babe, because we got some work to do to get it working right, you know?
It's just wild.
Look at that. This is what's wild. Is how cute can one little boy be?
Thank God for him though. Like he just
Cute.
makes everything better.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back over and just clean up from the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shower. It still stink like mold.
Sorry, Eddie. We can snuggle tonight. I'll make more room. We can all snuggle together.
He loves snuggling.
All right. Well, we got as much done as we can for today, so
Yeah.
okay, count that as a win.
Morning. It has been a few days since we've picked up the camera. We have just been processing, and I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, so basically we had a company come out to come up with solutions on how to replace the liner, and it seems like we came up with some more problems and not quite a full solution yet.
It's like I've never it's not funny. Like
You just have to laugh.
You just have to laugh. Like I feel like we're making like steps forward, and then it's like, no, just kidding. It's two steps backwards. So basically, the contact cement that was used to install the first liner, that was not at all the product that the pool company should have
It
used.
didn't even stick to the liner. The only thing it stuck to is the concrete.
Yeah, so all of that needs to be sandblasted off. And if that wasn't enough, once we sandblast it all off, there is so much concrete work that needs to be done, from the fact that the concrete pool leaks to...
The benches aren't level.
So we're going to have to patch this in for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I guess make it...
And this seat here is lower than that one too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we haven't even told them that. So not only is the pool not level, the benches, the seats, like the stairs, that pony wall that goes across the hot tub.
Where the two seats go together, it drops like 3/4 of an inch. So whoever's in that seat, one ass cheek is going to be higher than the other, and it's just going to be a very uncomfortable position.
So anyway, we've just been like, I don't know. Like I don't even know how to explain it. We just wanted to share kind of like, I guess, our thought process throughout this. We had then another company come out to be like, okay, how are we going to get all of this glue off? And it was $7,700. That's what the quote was.
Which is crazy because...
It's not an option.
No, well, full transparency, we're tens of thousands of dollars out already over budget on this, and that's just not an option because, sure, we feel like we'll win in court if we still keep going down this path and they don't admit they're wrong, but
Yeah.
like the thing is there's no certainty, so we don't want to put more financial burden on us than we actually need to.
But not only that, we would have to pay that money now, which is just like, to be honest, it's not an option. So I think today we're just going to drive in and we're going to try and find all the tools, all the chemicals that could potentially get it off, and yeah.
Find everything, throw everything at it and see what sticks, you know? Because the liner doesn't. You know what, though, I have to say, I'm not stressed. This is probably, throughout the entire process, the first time in a very long time, like, of the whole build that I feel the most comfortable. Like, we're doing what we can. Mm-hmm. It's not our fault. And I know it's going to work out and be perfect when it's done.
Yeah.
You know, like, why stress?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't say it's weird. Like, this is kind of a tangent, but the emotions of it all, like, I've been sad, I've been angry, stressed, and now it just feels like, well,
yeah,
what can you do, right? Like, It's just...
I had all those emotions too, except, like, I went from angry to fucking pissed, but now I'm back down to it is what it is.
It is what it is. Hey, Eddie.
Hey.
Do you want to drive into the city with us? I think we're just going to get ready and go in, and I don't know if we'll pick you back up again today. Probably tomorrow. Like, we'll get all the materials and...
Yeah. Hey. Going for a drive, are we?
We're going for a drive, buddy. You coming in?
Let's go. I can't wait to sleep in the back seat.
Good morning. We managed to pick up all of the tools and supplies yesterday. We're feeling really good about it. We have so many different options that surely one of these are bound to get that goo off the wall. Todd's just over setting up, and before we jump into this project, I want to say a quick thank you to Incogni for sponsoring this week's episode. Incogni is such a fantastic service. Not only does it reduce the amount of spam emails and missed calls that you get from random numbers, it also protects your privacy in a really big way. A lot of people don't realize there's a whole economy that buys and sells all of our private information, from your address to your phone number, your email. It's very, very intrusive, but the great part is we all have the right to have ourselves removed from those lists, but that's a very time-consuming thing to do. So by delegating Incogni to act on your behalf, they go out to all of those brokers and they spend the time making sure that you're removed from these lists. We've noticed such a difference. Can't recommend it enough. If you scan this QR code or click the link in the description box down below, you'll get 60% off. It's just so worth it. Use the code Tyler and Todd at checkout. It's no additional cost to you, but it really does support our channel, so make sure you check it out. But I'm gonna head over. We're gonna learn how to sandblast.
I grabbed everything that says it removes anything. All in a pot, stirring it, and throwing it on the wall.
Something's gotta work.
Something's gonna work. You're gonna hold your breath for this one.
All right, we are gonna do a take 2 on the pool situation. So we spent the last few weeks trying to figure out a way to get all of this glue off the walls.
This thinner's not gonna work. See your scraper. Oh yeah, this is faster than that sandblaster.
This is the angle grinder with the disc, but the issue with it is it's heating it up and it's like burning. Like you could actually smell the burn. Hey, Dumpy.
You can see the difference. You can see where I blasted.
Yeah.
Just basically took the glazing off, so all it did.
And then stop there. I'm sure we could rent grinders, like big ones that plug in like what you've got.
It might be a different wheel that you could get for the grinder that would do a better job. I don't know. I don't know what would be available.
From the work we've been doing, the easiest thing seems to be the metal grinders, but not just any metal grinder. Getting one of these diamond wheels that have all of these little grooves, that really like breaks up and buffs off all of the glue. So we're gonna get tackling it and hope that it works. That's all I can really do.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, you out on the floor. Give me that feel good. Give me
We
some
only have 2 of those big respirator masks that Todd and Dumpy are wearing. We're making really good progress out there, but the reason that he can't even be outside breathing all of that in is because concrete has something called silica in it, which is like that really fine dust that you're seeing floating in the air, and it is notoriously bad for you. It can give you cancer. It gives you a thing called silicosis of the lungs. Like, just look at it. It's wild. So they have really heavy duty full face respirator masks on with the really strong filters to make sure none of that is getting inside and they're breathing it in. And it's really lingering around here in the air. So I'm just gonna stay inside, fly the drone, get lots of cool shots of them, and just play it safe.
I'm getting dust inside. I thought it was.
Yeah, these masks are getting full.
Whew, this is going to be a slow going project because you can only really do so much, and then the dust gets so bad that you can't see what's going on. So let's just do a little bit, let the dust settle, and keep going. But,
living our best life. Living our best life.
Official review?
you can't see once you get going. You gotta like, oh, that's it. But it's a bitch of a job. The shitty part of all this is they used the wrong product. This glue didn't even attach to the liner, so this was all for nothing.
You know, that went a lot faster than what I thought.
I thought it would be all dull.
I figured it would be a couple days.
Alright, so we got all the walls done, and now what we're doing, there's a bit of water in the bottom from the rain. So Dumpy's just getting started on sucking it up. Then we gotta kind of clean the whole bottom so we can see where the glue is left on it. And then start grinding all over again on the bottom. But I'm gonna grab a broom and kind of sweep off the sides a little. Honestly though, this wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought this was gonna be like a multi-day project, but it's not, which is good.
Celebrating the joy in our lives, so raise them up high.
Might not be able to grind anymore today, I guess, until it's dry, hey?
I don't know.
So progress is being made. albeit slow. But I think it's looking pretty good. So the key with this is to get all of the sludge, all of the water up, and then go back over top, grind some more.
Yep, and then we're gonna hose it again so that we can wash all the dust off, and then we should be ready for tile.
Well, first we need to see if there's any little spots, with the glue, and then go over that, but soon.
Soon.
It's like powder.
Look at this.
Shower's gonna feel good.
Oh yeah. I said to Dumpy though, this is way better than the volumizer I use.
You know what's funny?
But
The policy of not wearing our nice merch while doing dirty jobs lasted like what?
couple jobs.
A couple jobs.
Dumpy's grabbing a bit, so I'm gonna do a little of the grinding now.
Yeah, may as well just keep going.
Yeah, when he gets here, just let me know and I'll stop.
Living our best life.
Remember we were all saying there was a drain on this side? I found it. They filled it with concrete.
Why would they do that?
Don't know.
I think we should go around any more grinding we gotta do in the corners.
Get that all done?
We should do a little bit of that, maybe, and do that, or give her a quick sweep, then we'll hose her down and vacuum it out and suck it up with the vacuum, and I don't know, I'd say that's pretty good.
I think Eddie found a little snuggle spot.
Is that your spot, Eddie?
How does that feel in the moss?
He always loves finding little like dips and stuff. Even if we're sitting up in the gazebo, there's this one spot that has moss in the trees that he goes and just lays in. Hey.
We're all wearing our hunter orange. It is that time of year.
I am not being mistaken for a deer.
No.
If I'm going out, it's something more epic than being an accidental hunting accident.
That would be a bad way to go.
It would.
We posted the video earlier, so normally we're a week ahead. Right now it's Sunday, so we just posted the video that you watched last week, and we were just reading the comments. I'm so just happy to see that all of you are as upset by the situation as us. We were really nervous to share that sit down video, and yeah.
It makes showing the rest of this process easier because all that context of why we're redoing things or why we might be angry when we're working on this project. I hope that all makes more sense now, you know?
Yeah, and if you were mad at last week's video, I can only imagine what they're gonna say in the comments this week.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
But on the plus side, we did save 8,000 today.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. That was the silver lining we realized earlier. Like, yeah, of course, this situation shouldn't be happening at all, but saving $8,000 does feel pretty good, and it feels empowering that we were able to figure it out. So
Exactly.
yeah,
You know, onwards and upwards.
exactly. So
We're gonna keep on with our woods walk though.
yeah,
The boys love them. Usually Eddie, I think he's a little tired today, but if we go in the morning, he's just bouncing through the forest. It's so cute.
yeah. So we're just gonna enjoy it, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.